What is up, YouTube? So 22 Comics tagged me for the top 10 90s cover challenge. I believe Immortal Biggie Shack tagged him, and this has been going on and on. So I'll let you know who I'm tagging at the end of the video. So my top 10 90s covers go as such. Number 10. I was going to go with Superman 75 since it's one of the most sold, but I just don't like the cover. So I do agree with 22. This does belong on the list, so I have it at number 10. Green Lantern 48, first Kyle Rayner. Epic cover, signed by Ron Mars, but that's irrelevant. That's my number 10. My number 9 is obviously the number 1 selling Image book of all time, I believe. And that's going to be Spawn number 1. Everybody's got to have a Spawn number 1. Number 8. I didn't really want to put this one on the list because I got to be honest, I'm sick and tired of seeing this cover. It's homage to death. Everybody owns like 5 copies of it, but there it is. Spider-Man number 1. Todd McFarlane art. This is the rare unsigned copy. Very rare to have an unsigned copy from Todd McFarlane. You like that joke? No? All right, this one is under the radar. Most people probably didn't realize this was a 90s book, but it just made the cutoff at 1999. Black Widow number 1, volume 1. This is her first ongoing series ever, 1999. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the first full appearance of Yelena. It's not the Inhumans, number 5, or whatever it is. This is the first full right here. Love the cover. There's variants too with Yelena on one of them. Both of them are awesome. I believe this is number 6 on my list. And it kind of seems too low for this. I think this should be higher, but I didn't know where else to put it, so I kind of had to squeeze it in. Because when I was a teenager, heavily reading, everybody was waiting for this day, for this book to happen. And it was the fight between Wolverine and Deadpool. So Wolverine 88. All right, number 5, I believe 22 threw up X-Men Annual 14, which was the first full appearance of Gambit. However, I'm gonna go with 266, because it is the first cover. And you read right there, it says, first full appearance of Gambit by CGC. I know in my heart this isn't true, but my book says it, so I'm going with 266. So another one from 22's list. This is New Mutants number 87. It's the first appearance of Cable. This is, I believe, worked on by both McFarlane and Liefeld on this cover. Obviously the book. This is also signed by Liefeld and Stan Lee as well. So, undervalued in my opinion. Number 3, when you think of covers from the 90s, which covers are the most iconic, the most epic, the most sought after? Even though there's a million out there, everybody still wants to own one. First Carnage, ASM 361. I think this cover gets as much credit as it's deserved because it's a pretty dope cover in my opinion. That was number 3. Number 2, I guess I might be being biased because I'm an X-Men guy, but to go with the actual first appearance of Deadpool, New Mutants 98. If you look up 90s books, iconic 90s books, and you don't come across this one, then you're looking at the wrong list. And this last one is not really anything to do with value. It's simply just because of what it is and what it was reading at the time. And the artists and writers that came together to actually do this story. It was just epic and probably one of the best written stories in comic book history, in my opinion. Infinity Gauntlet number 1. George Perez cover. These books are just epic. And honorable mentions on my list. Reading the Infinity Gauntlet and how much love I have for this story. I almost went with a couple Silver Surfer covers from like 43, and there's a lot of epic Silver Surfer covers from the 90s, but I went with this one over everything. So that is my top 10 90s covers. Who I'm gonna tag, who probably has some of the most epic 90s books that could probably put on a nice show for us. I don't know if he'll do the video, but I'm gonna try to get him to. I'm gonna tag Joe from 360 Comics and see if we can get Joe out here to show us what he has as far as what his best covers, 90s covers are. Hope you like my top 10. See you guys next time.